Abortion pills could soon be available at some pharmacies, and Kevin McCarthy had a really bad day yesterday. It's The 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Jeff Pierre. It's Wednesday, January 4th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. First up, yesterday was the opening day of the new Congress, and the House failed to elect a speaker. Republican leader Kevin McCarthy faced a revolt and lost 3 rounds of voting.
No persons having received a majority of the whole number of votes cast by surname, a speaker has not been elected.
It's the first time in 100 years that this has happened. Republicans controlled the House with a slim 4-vote majority. Needless to say, this has exposed some divisions in the party. The chamber will vote again this afternoon. On the other side of Congress, Senator Patty Murray became the first woman elected as Senate President pro tempore. That puts her third in the line of presidential succession. Number 2, Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin is still in critical condition. The 24-year-old safety collapsed during a game in Cincinnati against the Bengals on Monday. He went into cardiac arrest after a tackle. His prospects may ultimately depend on how long it took to restart his heart and how effectively CPR kept his organs supplied with blood and oxygen. The NFL stopped the game and said yesterday that it hasn't decided yet if and when it will resume. Both teams have games scheduled for Sunday as part of the last week of the NFL's regular season. Some pharmacies will now be able to offer abortion pills. That's story number 3. The FDA updated its rules yesterday. Patients will still need a prescription, but the changes could allow them to get pills from chains like CVS and Walgreens instead of from clinics, doctors, or by mail. This could expand abortion access in states where it's legal, but it's not yet clear how many stores will take advantage of the new rules. Number 4. Another atmospheric river is set to blast California today and tomorrow. This will bring even more rain to parts of the state that were hit with flooding from another storm over the weekend. Officials in the Bay Area say it's a truly brutal system that needs to be taken seriously. Flood warnings have been issued for northern and central parts of the state. And that's not the only wild weather happening this week. In the central U.S. yesterday, a storm brought flooding and heavy snow. And in Tennessee and Mississippi, there were tornadoes. Number 5, Missouri carried out the first execution of 2023 yesterday. It executed Amber McLaughlin, who was convicted of murdering her ex-girlfriend in 2003. This has been making headlines because McLaughlin was the first transgender person to be put to death in the U.S., though her gender identity was not central to the case. Here's number 6. Southwest is giving 25,000 points to passengers stranded by its meltdown. If you missed it last week, the airline canceled more than 15,000 flights over the holidays. The cause was a mix between a storm and a breakdown of its internal technology. Travelers whose flights were canceled or delayed between December 24th and Monday can claim the points if they didn't rebook or travel. The points are worth about $300. And number 7, an airline booking hack is dividing the internet. You may have seen this or done it yourself. Couples will book an aisle and window seat in the same row and then hope that the middle seat stays empty. The thing is, this doesn't always work. Someone tweeted about it and the responses have been spicy, talking about how the stranger in the middle isn't always thrilled, and some travelers just find it plain rude, which I get. But if you can get an empty seat, is it worth it? I don't know. And just like that, you are all caught up. If one of your New Year's resolutions is to get fit this year, one of my colleagues put together a list of steps to build an exercise habit that will stick. So what's the most important one? Be kind to yourself. You can find the list in the link in our show notes or in the 7 newsletter. I'm Jeff Pierre, and I'll meet you back here tomorrow.